Hello people and welcome to the video where I talk about news from Sweden and anything related to Scandinavian culture like movies, books and music. Let's start with the news. Band Swedish house Mafia reunited and started to give concerts one more time after a 5 years break. They played during a music festival in Miami. They started in 2008 as a project by 3 Swedish DJs, Axwell, Steve Angelo and Sebastian Ingrosso. Their first worldwide hit was something called One Your Name, although I know them only from Don't you worry, child. Speaking of Ingrosso family, Sebastian's cousin Benjamin Ingrosso won Melodifestivalen, through which Swedes choose their Eurovision contest song. Benjamin won with the song Dance You Off.
Just wanna dance you off.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic left Manchester United and joined Los Angeles Galaxy. He played his first game with his new team on March 31st. Although he started the game on a bench, he entered the field in 17th first minute and scored 2 goals. So, of course, good impression, first match and 2 goals, but what kind of goal was that?
Throwing his body in, it's going to fall for Ibrahimovic! Oh, come on! And he left it alone. Cole picks it up. Cole's cross, Ibrahimovic!
Paralympics were not too fruitful for Sweden. The only medal for this country was won by Sebastian Modin in sprint. He won a silver medal. Sweden has a new princess. Princess Madeleine, sister to the crown princess Victoria, gave birth to a little girl. Because of course it wasn't a big girl. She was baptized as, and now if you're English you're gonna probably say Adrian. If you're Swedish, I guess you're like Adrienne, Josephine Alice. Party Social Democrats wants to prohibit religious schools in Sweden. Right now there are 66 religious schools running in Sweden. 54 of them are Christian, 11 of them are Muslim and 1 is Jewish. According to Social Democratic Party, religious schools cause social segregation. Now we move to another Swedish party, Swedish Democrats, who want to introduce allowance for the first child in the family in the amount of 20,000 kronor, which is around 2,400 American dollars. And finishing up with this news, I realized that all the segment was filled with numbers which are very hard to pronounce. Alright, now let's move to the Swedish movie. I had a little break from Swedish movies last month and the only production that I watched was something called Nobody Owns Me. It's a movie based on a book under the same title. The book was written by Åsa Linderborg. She's a Swedish historian and journalist currently writing to the newspaper Aftonbladet. In the book she described her life and mostly it's about her relation with her father. Because when Åsa was a little girl, her mother left the family and her father was left alone with the little girl and he was struggling a bit with that. So I read the book, I was quite intrigued and then I discovered that there's also a movie. And then I watched the movie. I wrote a review, both of the book and of the film. You can find it on my website, I leave the link in the box below. Now let's talk about books. It wasn't an intention to pick 2 Norwegian books. The first one that I wanted to mention is this book. It's written by 2 Norwegian medicine students The Polish title is Radości z kobiecości, and the English one, let me just write it from my notes. The Wonder Down Under, a user's guide to the vagina. Even if I read it, I cannot read it properly. So through this book, you won't find out how to have an orgasm. The 5 chapters cover the subjects as kind of like about how the vagina is built and how everything works there. About the menstruation, about sex, which is also about the first sex and anal sex. Then contraception, and the last one, you might say, it's about diseases and malfunction regarding your sexual orgasm. Orgasm. Organs, obviously. I recommend it because it's something that really all women should know, and finally they can find out if they had really poor biology class in high school. It's amazing in the way that it was written. I don't remember the last time I laughed so hard over a book. I don't mean just guide, I mean any type of book. And it's not funny in a way that, well, you're having your dinner with the family and your uncle is eating chicken breast and it's laughing, it's breast. No. It's like properly funny. And the other thing is the drawings that you can find here. I'm not sure how it's gonna look like in, for example, English translation, but in the Polish one, I really loved them. And I can just show one. It was published in Poland by Sonia Draga, and I think they made a really good job, both with the translation and how it looks like, because of course here it's very pink, but then, well, I usually take this kind of paper cover off because I don't want to have it destroyed, and then it's just properly black. So if you are ashamed of taking this kind of book to the train or anywhere in public, just take the cover off, and then yeah, it looks like, I don't know, religious book, so then it's okay. The second book, which dominated March, and this author is basically dominating my whole life for a year, is this guy, Karl Knausgård. Yeah, I started to read his books last year when I was in Sweden. I took with me the first part of his series called My Struggle in English. In Polish is Mein Kampf, basically. Now when I'm finishing almost the fifth volume, I'm almost sure that the 2 first were my favorite, and the 4th volume and this one are making me more and more sure that I don't like him. I don't like him as a person. You can make you out of yourself a good writer if you're gonna work a lot, if you're gonna read a lot and write a lot, then you're gonna improve. And this is the type that for me Knausgård is. He doesn't have a great talent, he just had a great idea to describe his life. Of course he put a lot of effort and work because it's almost 4,000 pages, if I recall correctly, all of his volumes from My Struggle. As soon as I'm finished with that, I'm gonna let you know more on my website. Okay, the last segment, and now let's listen to some music, and it's not gonna be Swedish house Mafia. I have one artist that I would like to share with you. This is nothing very new. I just discovered her very recently and I really enjoyed her. Redig. She's 30 years old, she's coming from Göteborg, and she is doing some type of electronic pop, indie pop. I really like to chill with that music. My favorite song of her, Förlåt för alla sånger som jag har sjungit om dig. Sorry, Swedish people. Alright, thank you. That's it from me for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Check the box below for all the interesting links, and see you next month.